Hello everyone, I'm Serish from TechX Media. Today we are here at SHURE celebrating their 100-year legacy, and we have with us Antony Lovell, Sales Director MISA, and Suhed Mohammed, Business Unit Head UC. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Starting with my first question, SHURE is celebrating 100-year legacy. What does this mean to your brand and to the people?
Look, it's a fantastic milestone, and we're happy to get here. Obviously, it's been a very long and winding road as we've changed over the years, but it's a time to celebrate the connection we have with the market, the connection we have with our partners, and just move on from here. Really, it's a nice thing, a feather to have in our cap, and we're very, very proud of all we've done. But we know there's lots more to do. So there you go.
So how has SHURE's portfolio evolved to meet the challenging demand so far?
Oh, wow. I mean, back in the day, originally back in 100 years ago, we started off as a catalog rental company. We were the Amazon of their day, if you like. We were shipping parts where people made their own Wi-Fi radios at home. So we've certainly changed. We've listened to the market. What does it need? Sometimes we've got it 100% right. Sometimes not so. But we're still here, and we believe relevant and a part in everyone's lives today, capturing your audio and adding to their experiences.
So what do you perceive as the key differentiator of SHURE's products in the unified communication systems?
Okay, good question. I mean, look, obviously we've come from an audio background. That's what we've been doing for the last 100 years in different forms. So the UC world it touches upon areas we've been playing for many years and giving great solutions. But we want to expand on that, give the market exactly the products it looks for. But again, it's always centered around the audio. As far as we're concerned, you can have a meeting with no video, a conversation still happens like now. If you had just the video happening and no audio, you're sort of wasting your time. So we are biased, admittedly, from our history, but as long as we give people the best audio, which then allows them to be heard clearly, it means that interpretation can happen better. If there's transcription running on, from whichever platform you're using, Teams or Zoom, if you don't have good audio in the first place, everything else goes wrong. So how do we let people be as efficient in their meetings and as productive in their day? That's what we're all about.
Suhed, would you love to add more on this, what Antony has talked about?
Yeah, sure. Talking about UC as a market, UC as a market has been growing a lot from the last, say, half or one decade. We have seen this growth big time in our region globally, and SHURE, being an audio company or an audio brand, they have really ventured into a UC space with a new announcement. Not just focusing on unprecedented audio, they also have a long-standing relationship with Microsoft, and with their new product, with the new Microsoft Teams Rooms solution, they have edge onto entering into any small to medium-sized meeting spaces now.
So Antony, how is SHURE supporting its distributors and channel ecosystem, particularly in the MESA region?
Look, it's a joint venture in the marketplace. We have to work with our partners like NMK. They have their feet on the ground. We have our own teams working together. It's working with the channel, with the SI partners. It's working with the end users, so they're educated. They understand what it is they're looking for in the marketplace. And it's then getting that market intelligence, as well as I said earlier, about how do we get the right products that the market requires. So between us, we try and obviously corner as much of the market as possible across a diverse range of companies and enterprises and government institutions and whatever else it may be, to make sure we have what they require.
Antony, what are the primary market segments in the region, and how are you tailoring your solution as per needs?
Wow, that's a good one. I guess it depends who in the office you ask. We have people who are passionate and love their pro audio, that live entertainment, the broadcast spaces. We have people who are very dedicated to giving the best solutions to their corporate customers and to government and education. Some people, really want to give the best audio to their church or their mosque, so it's the houses of worship. So there's a whole range of different solutions we can provide to answer lots of gamut of questions. For me, I'm more on the installation side, the system side, working with the companies. But Marwan over there, he loves his live music. So whatever we do with audio is the most important thing, and we have to have solutions that allow people's voices to be heard, their message to be sent and received, and go from there, really.
Suhed, Antony has described the market segment in the region. So would you like to add more on this?
Yes, indeed. Antony was right. SHURE has always catered to a live and pro segment very prominently. That's what they've been doing for over a century now. But I would also like to add on, SHURE is a prominent need and ask for also corporates and finance sector where quality and privacy, this really matters. So talking about where the products can go in, yes, it's pretty much everywhere. All the necessity area where audio is a need, SHURE is a must.
True. So, Suhed, one more for you. So, how critical are long-term distribution partnership like one with NMK in executing your strategies?
The long-standing relationship with SHURE, it's paramount for any business. I mean, our initiatives have been well aligned with SHURE's vision. We always wanted to venture into the market with the right product, and having our office or experience center equipped with all the SHURE products. We just don't sell the products, we sell the experience. That's where our vision comes hand in hand.
And if I can just add something to what Suhed said, many years ago, before I joined SHURE, I was very much a customer. So I remember back in the 90s getting told, oh, you've got to go to the NMK office and pick up some of those microphones. So it's a long-standing relationship. We're getting older than I want to admit to, but I've known NMK for getting close on 30 years now, and their partnership with SHURE has stood the test of time, and it's a pleasure to be working alongside them.
Very nice to hear that about your partnerships. So next question on partnership itself, like in what ways is SHURE investing in the training for the partners, particularly in MESA region?
Look, education is very important in terms of making sure the end users know what is the right product they need, allowing the distribution channel and the integrators and so on to have that faith and confidence in that it is the right solution to be putting forward and installing, knowing they will do a good job for their customer and move on. So as Suhed mentioned, they have their experience center down the road in Al Quoz here, where they do a lot of training. People can come and see demonstration of the product. We have our offices here in JLT. We're actually just about to be doing a bit of a refresh of these and showing some of our newer solutions, but we have different spaces. So whether it's a training room, whether it's a boardroom, a meeting space, a more selective sort of huddle area, so that people can understand how the solutions could work in their space. And then generally we have to go to their locations as well, because the proof is in the pudding. Just because it works here, it might not work in their offices or their boardroom or their classroom, whatever it may be. So we have to go out to them and make them feel comfortable they're getting the right solution that's going to last for years. It's not just something you buy today and refresh tomorrow. As a salesperson, I wish they would, but they're buying durability and confidence that will work for many years to come.
Would you like to add how you have been investing in training for the partners?
Yes, sure. NMK are the biggest advocates of spreading the right education to the region. We have been very successful in educating a lot of engineers in the region. SHURE has their own training modules, NMK has their own training facility. We invite in a lot of people into our facility to get them the right messaging done. Our experience center does not really focus on having a vocational training. We also have hands-on experience given to the trainees who come in to learn stuff. This holistic enablement allows us to be that bridge between the innovating technology and the market enablement.
So sustainability is an increasing topic globally. So how is SHURE making sure these initiatives are met?
Good question, and one that certainly has to be asked, and I'm glad to answer it. So, SHURE has had a sustainability team and initiative going for many years now. I'm actually quite glad to say that we had a vision for the end of 2025 to be achieving certain goals, and we're very happy to say we actually hit those at the end of 2024, so a year ahead of schedule. That involved a commitment to having 90% recyclable packaging for all of our products. That's obviously using materials that are far more earth-friendly, cutting down on unnecessary things. All of our offices around the world, as much as possible, have a drive and goal to use solar wherever possible, recycling our air and water to be as clean as possible. The same for our manufacturing plants around the globe. We actually just last month we won 2 awards at the Infocom exhibition in the US for sustainability, for both the building of our booth, which can be a terrible use of resources back in the day, but now we've set goals and have been in place for many years now. We have to have a very high standard of recyclability and reusability of all of our booths, so they can be used on multiple occasions, not just one-off. And we also won an award from a organisation called SAVE, S-A-V-E, which is Sustainability in AV, and they recognised our efforts across the last number of years and our plans for the future. So we're very glad to sort of have that award on our boss's desk in Chicago, because I'm sure it's there and not here, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd share it with you.
So looking ahead, what are 2 to 3 strategic priorities for SHURE?
Look, the UC thing that's we've discussed here with Suhed is obviously a massive driver. We see there's a growth. I think the entertainment in this part of the world, in Middle East, is a very big thing. There's plenty of large sports events coming up. There's the Football World Cup coming up in both Morocco in 5 years' time and Saudi another 4 years after that. So that's going to play a large part in what the market here needs and how we can help them. Education is a massive thing. Many governments around the world are looking. We have to be investing in the youth. So how do we give them the best education? So how do we get the message to them clearly so they can understand it and build upon it? A whole host of things, and it's an exciting time. I mean, we're 100 years young as opposed to 100 years old, so we're looking forward as well as looking back.
So you have crossed your 100 years. I would like to know what does the next...
I feel like I have. Sorry. Go on.
We'd like to know what beyond 100 years now.
That's a good question. If I knew that, I would probably keep it to myself. Look, there are many opportunities out there, as I said. People always need good audio, and we're excited about that. We have an innovation team who work with our colleagues around the world, and actually was lucky enough to be in our headquarters last week and see some of that vision, which is 10, 15 years out. Yeah. How do we use audio to give people a more profound experience? I mean, I'm lucky enough, I've got a couple of young kids. They're getting into podcasting. I mean, how are they looking to create their own content now? This is something that my generation never even had to think about. How do we get people operating the best way, where they're working at home, in the car, or at the office, and making their lives more enjoyable? Hopefully, it's still got to work, but how do we make it a better experience? And there's plenty to be done. We've come up with products down the years where we intend them to be used in a certain way, and they get used in a different way, and they become wildly successful. Studio microphones meant for recording, and now the single, probably most ubiquitous microphone in the podcasting world. Microphones that originally were supposed to be in the recording studio are now seen on every single stage worldwide, on every single concert, because of their durability. So, we'll keep listening to the market, seeing what they tell us, what they need, and we'll put in our own suggestions, and hopefully between us we'll come up with the right products.
Thank you very much, Antony, and thank you, Suhed. We wish you another 100 glorified years.
Thank you, and thank you for coming to see us today.
Thank you.